better shape. Swiffer's going to give us a yes for that. And I'm going to keep talking, and then she's going to hear the other people talk, and she's going to be blown away by how great they sound. Here, you got to talk so Swiffer can hear you guys.
Swiffer.
Swiffer Jet. Celeste is a great game.
Can confirm.
Did I do this wrong? Am I the only one that's in the...
You're the only one here currently. I think
Okay.
I think other people are on their way.
Just want to make sure I didn't mess it up.
It does sound a lot better. Wow.
Yeah, dude. Wait till one day I'll tell you how stupid the fix was. It was fully a Drew issue, which who would have guessed? Last week we had a fateful encounter with your mirror cells where you handily took care of that particular fight. Maybe you felt something murdering yourselves. Maybe you didn't. Either case, you've talked to the Chronos Flower, who is kind of responsible for what's happening in the Dark Forest and in bringing your mirror selves to bear. I guess a few things happened at the very last few minutes last time. Dorian, dissatisfied that you guys were not interested in destroying the Chronos Flower to rid the Brescian, the island, of this curse that was taking over its land. He resolved to attack the Chronos Flower himself. Red River, secret security style. Nope. What's it called? Secret Service style jumped in front of the firebolt bullet. Protect the Chronos Flower. Sarah decided that it was... I'm sorry, Amaya decided that it was time to finish what Dorian started. However, she failed to fire. Red River took her with one of his arms, and with his other hand, he walked over to Dorian and stabbed him in the leg with a trident. That is the moment that we are in now. We are in initiative order. You've also heard deep echoes of what sounds like your voices coming from somewhere deeper in the cave. You've intuited probably that is another version of yourselves coming to this place. We are in turn order. Jasora, it is your turn. You've watched all this happen. What would you like to do?
I would like... You said Dorian's hurt.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dorian is stabbed in the leg. One last thing. The Chronos Flower did produce some silvery sap that is on the floor that will take you back to the village, to the city.
Yeah, oh yeah. All right.
I think we should get. Yeah, I think we should get. Can you get Dorian and put him through the pond here?
Gotcha, Captain. I was gonna attempt to snatch up Dorian. I assume we're probably of similar stature, but trying to drag him with me.
He's actually a little bit smaller than you. Make me an unarmed attack.
He's a slight man, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not a big guy. He's a little dude.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, that definitely handles his business. You have grappled Dorian. He is going to make a saving throw. My dice! I don't have my dice in front of me. This is terrible. Here's one. Okay. He is going to make a saving throw. Nope, he rolled fucking nothing. You have grabbed his candy ass.
And I mean, it looks like the Pondo's fairly close to me.
Yeah, it's like
I
right there.
just want to walk backwards and fall through it with him.
Absolutely. He is wriggling in your arms. Blood is coming off of his leg. Wait, let me go! You're not listening! And you guys fall through the portal.
Yeah.
I will tell you what happened. We'll jump to you later, but we're going to skip Dorian's turn because he's no longer in this combat. And we're going to remove Jasora. Aldar, it is your turn.
Isn't it Nomad? Oh, Aldar, yeah.
Sorry, I skipped.
Yeah. No.
Aldar, I'm going to have you canonically be over here.
We will go through the portal as well.
Aldar hops in with a wink in his eye and a turd in his heart.
What?
Turd was probably aggressive. I apologize. Nomad, it is
like
your
Cindy.
Yeah, that's some Cindy energy for sure. Nomad, you were partaking of some haunch by the fire. You don't want to think about what kind of meat that was. But in either case, what would you like to do?
How many... So, who is still outside of the portal?
Outside of the portal, you have Red River,
Yeah.
who is holding Amaya. You have Angus and yourself.
In the flower.
And we like the flower. That's what we discerned?
No.
Amaya doesn't.
Amaya does not.
Yeah.
Dorian wants it extinguished.
Dorian wants it gone.
Uh-huh.
And if we believe the flower is the last of its kind, I don't know if that's a good
And
thing or a bad
it
thing.
says it wants to live.
What does my captain feel?
Captain wants to live.
Well, initially I wanted to leave, but yeah, initially that's what I wanted. But I'm not really like, it's not my best bud. You know, I care about our well-being first. So now that we have a Pondle here, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. That's
We're gonna let the people of the island choose, right? Like, if they want to
Yeah,
come back, they can.
that's their problem. We're not getting paid extra for this.
I'm 80 feet away, so I could just kind of dash and get myself to the pondle.
Yes, sir.
Alright. And quick question. Sorry to really drag this out here.
No.
Where did the other people drop in? Did they drop in where we dropped in?
They have not dropped in yet. From the sound of the voices, you think that they're having the conversation of the Pondle like you guys did in front of it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys remember when you first reached it, you didn't hem and haw, but you were like, what do we do? What do you think? And then one of you jumped in.
Yeah,
like,
there
they're having
was a
that
to-do.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
By my math, my napkin math, the open bar at the wedding is about to open, and I'm trying to.
Yeah,
trying to
I got
lose.
you. Alright, so Drew, I will get all the way to the Pondle, but I will not go in.
Okay.
I will tell the rest of the people out here to all go through, and I'll be the last one through.
Okay. Angus,
Make sure everyone gets through safely, you know?
Nomad is here to make sure you're like the security guard at the place.
Yeah,
Make sure everything gets done here.
Yeah, funneling them all in.
Have Amaya, like, in agreement to go through the Pondle, or are we just dragging her through?
I'm releasing my grasp, and you know, I don't really mind if he kills the little fella, whatever. But I want to get out of here. I need weddings to attend, happy hours to do.
Alright.
Like, we're not getting paid extra. Yeah.
Cannonball through the Pondle.
Angus cannonballs through the Pondle. It is solid, so you just... No, I'm just kidding. You fall right through.
Ow.
Amaya, it is your turn. Nomad has released you.
Red River.
Oh, Jesus. Red River. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Sarah has fallen asleep again. How do we handle that situation? Oh, I know how. Stand by.
Base is under attack.
Next, go give it to you.
Every time.
Alright, if that doesn't... If that can't stir you from your slumber...
She is muted, I don't know if she knows that.
Sarah, if you're talking, you are muted.
Oh no, I was well aware I was muted.
Oh, okay.
I was
Wow.
letting you have whatever little fun you wanted to have.
Oh, well, can I say something? Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, she misses her children.
Okay, sorry.
I'll read you, sir.
To give you a lay of the land, Red River is next to you. Okay.
I'm going to ice knife it.
Ice knife what?
The fucking chrono flower. Even after your own captain tackled you and was like, fucking everyone else is like, what are you doing? And Dorian's gone?
Run, roll to attack.
Damn you.
Why is it dead? Why is the little thing dead?
I'm casting you off our fucking boat.
Dirty
wait.
20.
That is a confirmed hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's too cute to allow it to live.
7.
We would do the cold damage as well, but that won't be necessary. You see your allies jump through the portal, and your long journey. It's been a long time since you've tasted the water, your birthright, and you turn solemnly to the creature, and you're not sure if you're making eye contact with it, but you gesticulate your hands perfectly like a ballerina, and an ice knife appears, and you fire it right into between this fucker's eyes. And it, like, cold energy starts to spread along its, like, spherical body. And it utters 2 words. As expected. And
Mama.
Mama, no! And, it explodes in a ball of... Oppa! It explodes in a ball of, like, shards of ice. What would you like to move into the bundle?
Sure.
And then you casually stroll into the bundle. Red River, it's your turn.
I jump.
Yeah.
I dive head first into the pondle.
Yeah. Nomad?
I'm the last one.
You're the last one.
We'll go on the pondle.
And you guys, we're done with Tailspire. I didn't know how serious that was going to get there. That will no longer be necessary. I have opened a whiteboard at session number 50.
I didn't want to fight those beefy boys. What if these new wave of us was going to kick our ass?
That's right. And you guys were kind of not replenished. Through the pondle, who went through first?
Me and Dorian.
Jasora, you are still holding Dorian's stupid ass. He's on the ground like Peter Griffin with like holding his leg like and you are surrounded by the forest that you have grown intimately familiar with. However, something is immediately different. It is dawn of the 7th day, and you can see light above you. And all around you, these dark, writhing roots of like very, very dark, almost black roots have begun to become brittle and break. And you can hear birds for the first time. And as your friends begin appearing through the pondle, the silvery liquid after the last person comes through, Nomad, begins to turn like slowly darker and then black, and then it kind of evaporates. And you hear what you've been hoping to hear for a week. Red River, did you tell them to blow whistles?
Yeah, like a horn.
You hear a horn coming from the west. Loud. What would you guys like to do?
I said, hey, yeah, let's head in that direction. Is it besides what you described? Like in terms of foliage, is it the same kind of foliage or is it less dense now?
It is much less dense now, and like what is still there, like the vines and the spiky ones, and like the shit that was between the trees, is easily you can push through it now. It's like it's dried out, like it's barely like brush now.
Got it. Okay.
You have a much easier time as you guys start walking.
Yeah.
And after only a couple hours, unless there's something you guys want to do in the forest.
Nah, not me.
Okay. Just stop me if you do. But yeah, you guys realize that it's dropped you very close. This horn, you guys hear it loudly. Like it's only a couple hundred feet away. And sure enough, Dorian is... we need to decide how Dorian's handling this. Can someone please fix my leg?
Yeah, I patch him up. Like I have like a little, bandages and stuff like that.
While you're getting up in there, he says, Jesus, I wish... Do you realize what you've done? We could have solved this island's problems right then.
Well, luckily for you, Amaya handled it already, so it's good.
He looks up at you, Amaya, and says, is it true? Did you save the island?
Well, I think I killed the Chronos flower.
Oh, thank
Did
God.
you just kill it for fun?
It was attracting different dimensions, like versions of us from different dimensions. So why would that be fun for me? Nothing about that is fun. That became personal when it didn't make a carbon copy of Dorian, but it was all us and it was all our logbooks. Yeah, I did it just for the fun of it.
A creepo.
Didn't talk about it with any of us. You were just like, let's kill
Everything
something fun.
honestly, everything moved kind of fast, and you got between you and Red River,
We're
you
a
guys
team.
right. Yet nobody else was consulted, and you guys were like, okay, well, we're just not gonna we're just gonna leave it be. After we worked so hard, got so fucking far, fought ourselves, mirrored versions of ourselves. It was just like.
I was thinking the same thing. And got so far.
And yeah, we were just gonna turn around and let it continue, spread, bring other versions of ourselves. Who knows what could have happened? Nothing.
Yeah, there's a
crossed
chance
my
that one of those. Yeah, there's a chance that one of those versions of ourselves could have been better looking than we were.
And we couldn't risk that.
Maybe that wasn't. Yeah, that was a two.
I shed a tear for the little flower.
Drew, I do have a question for you.
Sure.
Now that the forest is restored, what are the odds that there are small woodland creatures around?
As you put out your feelers and roll a perception check to see if there are any small woodland creatures around, Dorian whimpers and says, hey guys, I know you've done a lot for me, and it's been a confusing few minutes since you stabbed me and all. I've got an idea.
I was an
Sick
11.
of you.
Okay, well, for everyone else, let's say I did it. And I'll make sure you guys are all taken care of. But when we get back, we're all going to tell them that I saved us. In exchange, I won't say that I was attacked by you.
Yeah, no, that's not a great deal. That's not a negotiable. Earlier, when you suggested we go after the Chronos flower, you had made a different offer. Do you remember what that was?
Yeah, I offered that you guys would be heroes.
Yep, and full pardons for everybody, correct?
Well, I'll talk to my dad. It's just, I could definitely make that happen as long as we all agree that I did it.
If you could definitely make that happen, then if full pardons all the way through, then that could be amiable. If you know, and obviously we have to, as we agreed, handsomely rewarded because you know, we did risk our lives to get you back and save your problem. Yeah.
My pops is going to take care of all that.
Yeah. If it's just paperwork we're talking about here, let's slow it down. You can take the credit, Muchacho. We're not here for the glory. We're here for the money.
Boy, and am I happy to hear that. Because can I be honest with you? Ow! Can you please do that a little softer, please? I am here for the glory. I need to make my pops proud. And I just want you guys to know that you did great. And we'll all know what really happened. But I think it's going to be important for me that I'm the one who saved the Brescian.
I think that's amiable. And, you know, as you ascend to power, you know, just remember who looked after you.
I am not going to forget you guys.
Yeah.
I don't think you won't be alive to remember, so. Okay, I'm still challenging him.
Seems aggressive.
A duel.
Yeah, but let's get paid first, though. You know.
Oh yeah, okay.
I was going to suggest that you walk his wife or whatever down the aisle, or you be his best man.
Like as a power move.
Yeah, if we can have whatever we want, if we're gonna say this, then we should get a pardon forever for if we ever come back here, if we ever see each other again, if we ever run into you again, we should just have whatever situation we happen to be in, just it wasn't us, and then Yeah, Nomad can be part of, whoever wants to be part of the wedding party should be part of the wedding party.
I like the idea of the girl's dad is walking her, and then halfway down, Nomad like pushes him aside and grabs her by the arm. It's like, no, I'll do it. I'm taking it from here.
I got this.
Thank you so much. Did no one speak to you? I'm actually part of the bridal party. So, what was your perception check, Nomad?
An 11.
You sense none of your beautiful woodland creatures, unfortunately.
Well, that's depressing.
However, as you are walking around aimlessly, you do find an odd tree. And it looks like it's watching you and the whole group.
How would I tell it's watching us? Like, what do you mean? Is this like the tree from Shrek? Remember that one?
I don't remember the Shrek tree, but imagine it's got like two knots. Like, they're not quite like right next to each other, but you watch and you swear you see them blink as they face you.
Okay, I'm gonna... How far away are we talking?
23 feet.
Alright, I'm just gonna keep my eyes on it. Not gonna say nothing, don't want to spook anybody. Gonna keep cruising.
As you guys make your way out of the forest, it's only a couple hundred feet. Dorian's still limping, and he's kind of making like a little whimper as he steps on his left foot. Flowers bloom along your path. And when you reach the gates, the soldiers, like, cannot believe it. Like, they're kind of there playing, like, dice or something, like, BSing. It's in between shifts, so people have stopped fighting back the roots that were there. And they say, oh my god! Lieutenant Reginald, go get Commander Jeffrey, or whatever I named him 6 episodes ago. And the soldier runs off. And you guys arrive, and a crowd starts to slowly build around you as you enter the city. Or, I guess this isn't really like a city, it's probably a large village. But it's not quite the end of A New Hope. Like, there's not thousands of people, but everyone is, like, watching you walk in with Dorian limping at your side. And it's very quiet. And after a while, you guys stop, and Dorian puts up, like, a single fist, like at the end of Breakfast Club. And the whole crowd, like, erupts. As you guys are treated to a hero's welcome. And after a few moments, maybe Dorian is getting picked up and, like, hip hip hooray thrown, you know what I mean? Like, as it becomes clear that their roots are not growing anymore into the town.
There's crowd surfing going on.
Yeah. Several soldiers that you guys met are, like, coming up and shaking you guys' hand and patting you on the back. Like, the soldiers that helped you, like, you know, move you around in the ships to get you closer and blow the horns and stuff like that. And they're like, Jesus, I'll be honest, after day 3, I wasn't sure we'd see you guys again. You'll have to tell us everything over a beer. And Magistrate Van walks out. And there is tears in his eyes. And he says, and his little daughter is there too. And he says, I can't believe you did it. And he reaches out to shake your hand, Red River.
That it wasn't me. We rescued your boy and he pushed it through the end.
Wow, you're saying my boy. He looks up and he's still being, like, thrown around, and, like, someone's opened a champagne bottle on him, like he just won his first podium in F1. And yeah, he's like, my boy did that?
He sure
did. Except for debate. Some would say yes, some would say no.
Well, this is incredible. I didn't believe it, but I still grabbed your reward. I know you didn't do this for free. I hope everyone's okay. And he hands you a bag of 1,500 gold pieces. And he says, as agreed, 1,000 for your incredible work and a little extra for saving my son. And you guys have
a little extra.
I'm sorry?
For attending the wedding?
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, yeah. The wedding, we did miss. You know what? I did lose some money on some deposits. We had some venues booked for a couple days ago. I didn't rebook it yet because he hadn't shown up yet. I'm a little bit in the negative regarding the wedding budget, but I think we can make that happen for you guys. If that would be amenable. Yeah, we're just let's do a quick... Dorian walks up now. He's covered in fantasy champagne. He says, Father, did you hear? I was able to smite the injustice, and I saved this rebel band here that you've sent after me. He says, yes, son, I'm so proud to see you. They share an embrace. And his father gives him the family crown that's been passed down in their family for generations. And he says, you are a worthy successor now, boy. They talk a while, and maybe in private, after they shake everyone's hands. The magistrate makes sure to go to each of you and thank you for your part. And he'd love to hear the whole story one day. The crowd, slowly dissipates, and only, the lieutenant is left. And he says, what happened out there?
It was scary.
Like spooky? Or fun scary?
No, it was spooky.
Yeah, it had spook. Can I say something?
There's some evils.
Oh my god, evils?
Yeah.
Okay. Like what?
Too scary to talk about.
Oh my god, yeah, I don't want to put you through that. I'm so sorry. Did you...
Have you ever seen Jurassic Park?
Steven Spielberg's... No, what is that?
This is great film about...
A what? What do
play.
You clearly have just...
Yes, it's a great play.
Oh, a puppet show. I love that.
Yeah, it's a great puppet show about ancient civilization and dinosaurs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to...
I've seen one of those.
Explain that to me later. A dino sour. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear more about that.
Good drink, too.
Did you, I lost some soldiers in there. Were you able to recover any bodies or anything like that?
All dead.
Oh, well, you appear out from behind him, and he's like, yeah, no, unfortunately, I had surmised that I couldn't bear it, but, Felipe's wife came out to see if he was part of the crew that came back, and he wasn't.
Is he around? I think we found Felipe.
Oh, okay. Where is he?
Well,
not here, but
the forest is doing well.
So, I saw that.
I think we can now recover all the bodies for an extra fee if you want. But
no, we'll handle that. Thank you so much. Everyone here, make me a perception check.
Drew, you're going to do it for me for just a second. Thank you.
I got you, Queen. Go off.
A 9.
15.
It's not very good.
15 any good?
15 is very good.
Drew, I rolled a natural 20 plus 2 for 22.
Your eyes see into the future and the past.
8.
That's not very good, Sarah.
An 18.
Whoa. Aldar, you rolled a 12. Angus and Red River. And Nomad. You see a couple things. The crowd has started to disperse, but is still, a little bit further ways. This town is basically one long, road. It's not grown big enough to have more than that. And you see two things of interest, and Drew looks through his notes slowly. If you guys recall many sessions ago, when you guys arrived, there was a dreadnought docked here. One of the largest of the Viridian Empire fleet. Crewed by hundreds of people. It's an enormous vessel. And you saw a heavily armored, admiral, surrounded by guards, getting onto his ship when you arrived. And that same admiral is just down the road, looking in your direction. He is surrounded by 20, extremely well-armed, dress uniform Viridian Empire guards. And one of you rolled, a 22 or something. Was that Nomad?
Yeah, that was me.
Also in the crowd, you see with a 22 some lingering eyes. You've adjusted to like looking in every direction in the forest, looking for danger, and you feel that same danger as you see this group of 3 people. They're wearing gray and white cloaks. They don't look like the other people here. Their cloaks are pulled up over their faces to try and they're trying to blend in, but they're not very good at it. And you were able to spot that they're there, kind of watching your group.
So watching us specifically.
Yes, yeah. With a 22, you make weird eye contact with, 2 of them. They are not just, glancing at you, they are watching you.
How far away are they?
Let's say the Admiral is 50 feet, and these fellas are, 100.
Can they see me even though I'm in the back, kind of hidden as per usual?
Make me a stealth check, and we'll pretend you did that right away, because I feel like your character would do that right away.
Do they look anything similar to the person we saw in the forest that was alive? He was running away from...
No, they do not look like that.
What?
I thought that was Dorian.
That was Dorian.
I thought it was from the dinosaur situation.
I'm an idiot. Okay.
Swiffer is pretty drunk.
Okay, it was a long time ago.
It was also 4 sessions ago.
It was a lifetime ago.
Yeah, which might as well be 100 years.
Yeah.
Drew, I think I'm just gonna start approaching the Admiral.
Yeah, Nomad saunters up to the Admiral. Do you guys go with him? Nomad breaks off from the group and just starts walking forward.
In a way that makes it seem like I'm just wandering around,
Oh, okay.
Crowd, I'm taking it all in,
So you're
Stay hidden.
You're slowly just wandering up to this guy, looking nonchalant, just so I understand.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going for him directly, but we're not making eye contact. You know what I'm saying?
When you get about 10 What's up, Sarah?
I was just gonna say he's making awkward eye contact as he's licking trees and rocks on his way to him, that's sauntering over there.
You see the guards are like, wait, is that one of the heroes? And the other guys are like, it can't be. That guy just licked a literal piece of dirt out of his hands. When you get about 10 feet from them, 3 of the guards advance with large, polished halberds and, cross them in front of you. And say, sir, do you have business here?
Business where? I mean, do you see the forest is no longer dark?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Yes, no, it seems like you're wandering super close.
Super close to what? I'm just walking. I don't understand the problem here.
A large muscle-bound antlerkin man in full armor, head to toe. You only see bits of fur at the joints. Steps forward, and they both step to the side and stand at attention. And a deep voice booms from inside the helmet as it reaches a fully grieved arm up and lifts its the thing covering his eyes, which I can't remember the name of. And you hear a voice that sounds
Sir, the visor.
very deep. Yes, thank you, the visor. It says, "You've done well, little man. Your bravery will not be forgotten." He outstretches an arm towards you. "I am Admiral Boran Oakhart, Daphne Oakhart's son and heir to the throne. You've made an impression on me today, little boy."
Did you say your name was Borcock?
Oh,
that is a tough.
One of the guards actually steps forward and says, "You speak to Admiral Boran Oakhart, son. You watch your tone." And the Admiral holds up one gloved hand and says, "Please, it was a simple misunderstanding. Look, you've clearly got a bright future ahead of you, young man. Would you like an autograph, perhaps?"
I don't know, how much is it going for retail, one of your autographs? Am I gonna make money on it?
Oh, I just assumed you would cherish this for your entire life. I've only given out a half dozen of these. Usually it's a Make-A-Wish situation.
Okay. So it's you know, not a common thing you do. So you're not like a kind man. You don't just give out
Okay, you know what?
little boys.
This has become untenable. My respect for you has climbed to everlasting heights and has fallen back
Can I
down.
have your autograph? I'll take your autograph.
Oh, hello, sir. Guards, frisk this man. You can never be too careful with orcs. The guards start to frisk you.
Oh, before that happens, I'm gonna step in front of and put my quarterstaff like they did with the halberd.
Several guards begin to surround you as the situation becomes intensely heated. And the guards step back as well. And they begin to surround you. The admiral snaps his fingers, and like a small contingent of them escort him away towards his ship. 15 guards surround you guys and say, please stand by. We will release you as soon as the admiral is out of earshot.
Sounds good.
Interesting. Where's he going? By chance, is he not coming to the wedding? Because I'm getting married later today or tomorrow, whenever it's getting rescheduled for.
What are the name of those Buckingham Palace guards? They are not looking at you or like speaking to you anymore.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah.
After a few moments, they do disperse and like let off in a trot towards the ship. And you guys are
went well.
You guys are free to move about the cabin. This just a quick details about this village town. They have many, like, this is where they had the mentors and apprentices working at the many shops. There was an alchemy shop where I believe Swiffer, you left something. I think you guys went to the blacksmith last time. But there's basically shops of all kinds. And then the Magistrate's Manor, which is like the largest building on this central strip.
Yeah. Drew, if you remember, I left one of the bee stingers.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping to go back and, you know, they said it'd be ready in a couple days, so I was gonna go get that taken care of. Probably trade in some of these useless weapons, like this scimitar. I think I've stabbed myself more than enemies. So
you want to get your money back for the scimitar?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask for the return policy because that was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I want to get med kits.
Yeah, you guys have time for all of that. Who wants to go first?
Me.
Swiffer, where do you want to go?
The alchemy people where I left my gift of the forest.
You walk into the Alchemist Lodge, and the man behind the counter, like, can't believe it. He's like, oh my god, I never thought I'd see you again. How are you?
Doing just fine. I've been thinking about my gift of the forest that I left here.
Oh my goodness, I guess it's not lost on you that the end of today, and it would be mine as we agreed, but a deal's a deal. Let me go get it. And from the back of this alchemist shop, you hear, oh my god. And he brings it back to you, and he says, I extracted... I promise you, I did not damage the bulb. I was very careful. I extracted just a drop of the liquid inside. And, well, come see for yourself. And he leads you into the back and stabs you in the heart. No, he leads you in the back, and there is, like, a huge, like, tomato plant. Like, with, like, several tomatoes growing off of it. Huge. Like, bulbous and delicious. But they're fantasy tomatoes, so they taste even better. And he says, this tomato plant had died weeks ago. One of the villagers failed to care for it. They had a black thumb. And they asked me if I could do anything, and of course I could not. I was just going to use it as fertilizer for the others, but I dropped some of your liquid in here, and it only in 2 days has it grown to this size. I'm sad to say I can't tell you exactly what this is. But it is immensely powerful healing magic.
Sweet.
I just want you to understand, I think this was dead.
the tomato plant?
Yes, there was nothing left of it beyond some dry, brittle roots.
Sweet.
I just figured maybe you'd give me some coin. I spent a lot of time at it, read a lot of books about it.
I didn't give you any coin before?
Well, some coin. I just feel like, this is the part where you just went to the coffee shop and they flipped the little thing around that says 10, 20, 25% tip.
Well,
just for, like,
I
great work.
I do appreciate you for giving me some more information. Do you have, like, something nice that I can hold my little gift of the forest in? Do you have, like, a nice, carrying case for it? Keep it safe.
Yes, I have just such a thing. And they produce, like, a glass, like, ball. And they say, here, set it in there very carefully.
I do so.
And it, like, they close the glass ball, and it, like, hovers in the center, letting off a dull blue light. And you can now, if you want to change the name, it is an elixir of life.
Elixir of life?
Yes. You don't know the details. Oh, I spelled elixir wrong. You don't know the details of what it does, but you have taken a step closer, maybe.
Elixir of life. Thank you.
And she says, no, it's a man, for sure. I definitely remember. He says in the same voice you remember from days before, be careful who you share this information with. I must admit I was tempted. This is not a everyday potion. Yes?
I understand.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Okay. I do appreciate you again. And I will give him 25 gold.
Bank! He shouts as you hand over 25 gold pieces.
Bank.
He says, I'm closing the shop and pursuing my passions.
Glad to help.
Yeah, D&D economies are fucked up.
Never do that.
Is Nomad there? Okay, he's right behind you, and he says that.
Oh yeah, I was behind her the whole time, just admiring. Kind of what I do,
Jesus. Have you been here the whole time?
Yep, the whole time. It's a nice glass ball. Just careful with the fingerprints. It gets kind of tough, especially with the thigh jerky grease. Does not come off glass. Trust me.
I'm gonna keep my elixir high up in like a pocket to where I know that Nomad can't reach.
The perfect security measure.
Because I know him.
That is tough, but I respect it.
You do that. Who else wants to go?
You could just assume I'm in the background for everybody.
You're following everyone very closely.
Yeah. That really high perception check really boosts my ego of keeping the crew safe,
You see everything.
Yeah.
I have 2, maybe 3 things outstanding. I'm going to ask about the first one, which is the one I know the least about. A little bit out of context, but I'm good with jeweler's tools, and I was watching the exchange with you and MC. What is it that... What do we accomplish by removing it from there? From the pommel.
Oh, the Rage Heart pommel. I can't say, but if you do want to remove it, it is a DC 15 check.
All right. I tell.
We don't need to remove it yet.
Okay. I can do it if you want to. 2 things. The first thing I want to do is no problem, sir. I want to check on Douglas because we left him for. They admitted him into the clinic so they could check him out and see if they could save him. So I wanted to go back and see what the doctors thought.
Yeah, you guys saunter over to the Fantasy Urgent Care, Urgente Care, and there is a... Oh, I remember, this is where we had the male nurse. There's a male nurse orc with a great attitude and a not burned out visage at all. And says, oh, welcome back. We have your STD check results. No, that's a funny joke. Terry, go ahead and cut that. That's in poor taste.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I saw your face when I I saw your face when I said it. Yep. He's there and he says, "Oh, hey, how can I help you guys? You still got that wet merfolk fella?"
Yeah. We're wondering if the test results and the studies you have done, give us any more information. You know, we're hopeful that maybe we can give him something that's like a cure him or something. Maybe you guys know of something.
He left a few days ago, and I couldn't stop him from going back to the ship. But I did give him plenty of bandages, and I gave him some fantasy aloe vera. But we can only numb the pain. Yeah, that's all we can do for the fella.
Yeah,
his gill rot is advanced. It is a very advanced case, unfortunately.
Yeah. We thought. Lastly, you know, he's a fond member of our crew. You know, if you were in my shoes, in our shoes, is there a place you would take them where they could get perhaps a second or third opinion, or or you think we've exhausted everything?
Make me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. I roll a 12.
Look, you didn't get this from me, obviously. You don't know my name. I'm just a nameless or male orc nurse. There are rumors of a man who's trying to solve this problem. I cannot speak to his motives or his nature, but he wears a white coat. I don't know his name. And they say he lingers at the docks at night at Fjall's Brokerage. And that's FJALL''S Brokerage.
Sounds good. I think I saw the place on the way in.
This is on a different island.
Oh, it's not this island.
That is not here. I'm so sorry. My half-brother, Jeremy, he does trading, and he's often on ships going back and forth, and
to and from.
He said there's a strange man there who's seeking to solve such ailments.
What's the name of the island, just for my reference?
Fjall's Brokerage is the island.
Fjall's Brokerage. Okay,
and he says, it's confusing, but he says, it'll make sense when you arrive. It is, Actually, make me a history check, Red River.
I am. It's an unfortunate nat.
And Nomad is 20. Nat 20. You know how kind of common knowledge is Warren Buffett is like just an extremely wealthy person. Yeah. Fjall would be in the same like lexicon in this world. Yeah. So that'd be like, I'm almost as rich as Fjall. Like that's you would know that like that is an extremely wealthy person who became so wealthy that they just own an island.
And eats fantasy McDonald's and washes down with that fantasy Coke.
That's right. And he's leaving his kids $12 each. But Fjall's Brokerage.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Appreciate. I didn't hear anything from you, so thank you for looking after our man. I'm gonna be on my way. Oh, and then my last, my last visit is to the jeweler's store where I told him I was gonna come back. So I was gonna make those arm rings, one for each member of the crew, and I asked and I was like, hey, listen, like, I want, I had already crafted melted the gold, so that it was worth 100 coin each, right? But I wanted to put like some kind of rune, something a little spicy. Like a protection rune or some kind of thing.
You return to the jeweler, and he says, what do you want them to look like, these arm braces?
I posted a picture before, but they are kind of like...
I remember.
like a little thicker kind of bracelet thing.
Yeah, like a band. Like a... it's got a cool etching on it.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me.
Drew, I also just want to point out that I was half paying attention when we were in the hospital.
Yeah.
And I think Jasora is dying, and now Nomad is depressed.
Oh no.
So,
Yeah, you heard all the bad stuff. You didn't hear who they were talking about, so you just assume it was
Exactly,
Sora. Okay, yeah. And this is terrible news. Like, this is the first you've heard of this. This is a real bummer.
yeah. Feeling slightly betrayed, that they didn't tell me, and also just sad.
Yeah.
I feel like me and Jasora have a good relationship with all the time spent on my dinghy, so...
Yeah.
It's
It
real
sucks
sad.
that she wouldn't have
It's real
told
sad.
you.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
That sucked, man.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Anyway, I will produce the.
No, you're okay.
Yeah.
I think we have a good enough idea in our mind's eye. So he says she. Oh yes, because she had a bunch of little dudes working with her. I think. She says, "Oh, I'm glad you're back. Word had spread, but I haven't been able to leave the forge. Of course, this is a jewelry shop and not a forge, but I have, with my friends over at the blacksmith, we have created something that should suit your needs." And what do we think? Is it shiny? Is it more like a brushed gold situation?
It's more like a brush doll.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm imagining like it's not meant to like stay shiny. Like it's gonna get kind of grimy, maybe.
Yeah. And people recognize these, meaning not this ones in particular, but it's not a one of a kind. Like other warriors have these. 'Cause they're
Yeah,
very-
totally.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
also like a status symbols as much as it is the other stuff. Something like this. Okay, I found something. Hold on.
Okay.
I found something here. How do I do snippet? Snip.
Just gotta snip it.
I got a snipping tool over here. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta snip it to dip it.
Snip it and dip it. Let me post it in the whiteboard here. Whiteboard. Let's go.
This is a out of D&D question. Can you, copy and paste things in the whiteboard, or do you have to upload them as the image?
No, you copy paste them.
Yeah, I think you can copy paste it.
Are we in session 50? Is this the correct session?
Yeah, we're session
Yes.
50.
Yeah.
I had a plan, but then I got busy. But I still have a plan for you guys.
It kind of looks like this.
Oh, this is cool. Oh, I remember when you dropped this in there. Yeah.
Yeah, could be more ornate, could be less ornate, but
Yeah, you paid good gold for this. Yeah, this is exactly what it looks like. Maybe the gold is a little bit duller, but otherwise, maybe it's a little thicker. But yeah, she produces them, and at the center, there's like an empty socket for a gem. And she says, unfortunately, I've not been able to source any protection gems. Of course, you won't be charged for it, but if you find any along your path, you should be able to socket them in as long as one of you can find a jeweler.
Yeah. I got my jeweler's tools with me. Maybe we can.
Oh, fantastic! Yes, you should be able to take care of that. No problem.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Thank
you.
Let's name it. What do we want to call it? Warriors. Bangle? No, Bangle's stupid.
Let's go. Argana
Ooh, yeah.
Cuffs?
armband.
Ooh, I like cuffs.
Yeah.
I like
Argana cuffs.
armband.
Yeah. Arm ring.
I feel like there's a word for this type of thing. Like this type of... Yeah, we'll have to research. We'll stick with the Argana armband for now, but we'll,
Like bracer?
Yeah, like a bracer. Yeah. Oh, like we had in the Bureau of Balance. Right now, let's say, with your permission, Japer, Argana bracers?
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, that feels good. But we can always, we'll put that in parentheses. We can always change that. Oh, Loki Ninja with bracer. Thank you, sir. Bracer is the correct answer. Great job, guys. But she says, yeah, it would take something pretty serious to break these down. And she hands you one for each of your crew. And they are, she's only gotten a glimpse of them, but they seem to fit perfectly.
Yeah, I put him in the whatever purple bag of Crown Royal comes in.
yeah, you get the Crown Royal dice bag and you put it in there.
Yeah, because I wanted it to be nice. You know, I'm not that thoughtful normally, but I had stolen this from one of our previous adventures somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, off of some poor bastard. He kept pictures of his family in there, but you took those out. Cool. What else do you guys want to do? I had a list of
we were talking about taking time to like learn stuff.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if I could like become proficient with my nunchucks.
You guys' reputation at this island is now significant. Beyond the admiral and the magistrate, you guys are like heralded right now. People think like they know Dorian. He's lived here with them. Some people are suspicious that he was as integral to solving the problem as he says he was. But yeah, if you guys would like, I had a system in place for this island that you could always come back to and do later, where you could apprentice for a week and like learn a skill. So in this case, with the nunchucks, basically we'd have you train with like a martial artist, and then based on how that went, you would make some rolls and some checks, and then possibly become proficient.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Yeah, we can totally do that. If you guys, because you're starting to hear as you guys like wander between the spaces. Actually, Angus, make me a perception with advantage.
$12.
You are starting to also see these white-robed figures. They're following you at a distance, but they're keeping an eye on your crew. But you guys are hearing that the wedding is getting rescheduled. It should be in like 3 to 4 days. So if you do want to attend the wedding, you could also do this training. And that could kind of line up for a reason to be here, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But if you would like to sign up for nunchuck proficiency, I think we could totally figure that out.
What does getting like proficiency do for your weapon? Like, does it give you any bonus or anything?
Yes. So if you're not proficient with a weapon type or weapon, you don't get to add that proficiency score to it. So you know how I think all of you right now are +2. If you don't have that, you don't get to add that amount. Because your character like doesn't understand how to use it on a professional level.
Also, in practical terms, the other thing that happens, because as a fighter, I have a lot of proficiencies on certain weapons. And as I grow as a fighter, I get more proficiencies, but you get the ability, so like when I use my Baldur's Reign, I topple people. So they go prone if I hit them with a certain level of proficiency.
And different weapons have different things like that.
Different things. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes you can push people. I think there's one where like even when you miss, you hit. Like there's all sorts of stuff.
So if I have like simple weapons proficiency, then my quarterstaff's already fine.
Yeah, totally. So your next level for that, if you wanted to do it, would be like quarterstaff expertise.
I see. Okay.
And that's where I think you add your proficiency twice. I don't know just because your character's level 3 that you'd be able to do that just yet. But I just wanted you to know there are levels beyond mastery.
Sure. Cool.
And so like if I were to try to become proficient with the longbow, so like right now my current weapon proficiency is only for simple weapons, and longbow's martial.
Yep.
Would that add a proficiency for all martial or just for the longbow?
You could learn a longbow proficiency in a week with an expert. All martial would take some serious time. Like you'd probably have to take a level in fighter or something for us to justify that. Because like only a fighter would know how to use literally like any professional weapon.
Okay. And and I see now like you can just add proficiency for one weapon. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so like I think it would make a lot of sense for your character to just learn 1, because like when are you going to use a heavy crossbow? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you don't need that.
Okay.
You want to do longbow then?
Yeah, I did find the longbow +1.
Mm-hmm. Off of other Jasora, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have also a staff from other Amaya.
Mm-hmm.
Could I gain proficiency in that?
Do you remember what staff it is? Sorry to put
It's
you on
a
the spot.
staff,
Have I upset you?
It is
Here, I'm looking too.
quarterstaff.
Oh, I think you might already be proficient in that.
Well, I'd like to be the next thing for that.
Oh, Sarah, I care about you as much as a person could care about a cousin. That would require a proficiency, like a level of dexterity that Amaya is not currently capable of.
Got it. Understood.
But I do care about you as a person.
Okay.
Just know that.
And you're ambitious as a
Yeah,
character.
I think this is an important ambition for you.
Right.
But yeah.
As a fighter, I'm content with my level of, kick-ass proficiency.
Mhm.
However, and I don't know if this is something that can be done here or just a different mechanic in the game. What if I wanted to improve, like, say, like my nature thing? Like if I wanted to go 1 point up in nature checks. for
Totally.
example.
We could definitely try something like that. I
feel like we're always fighting natural bullshit or like running to things, and if I could know more about it, like study under some monks or whatever, I would know that this is poisonous or like this is helpful. Or
I think the lieutenant is already putting together, because now that the forest is like safer to explore, they're probably going to put teams together to like completely chart it and learn as much about it as they can. I feel like you could definitely, if Red River wanted to, definitely be part of that like expedition.
yeah. I have a light interest in biology and things.
Yeah, totally. That totally makes sense to me. We don't have to decide all the training now. I think someone mentioned somewhere else they wanted to visit in town, but
Drew.
don't
I
remember
wanted
exactly.
to go pick up my bee sting.
Oh, your
and
stinger.
return some items. Yeah.
Wait, what were the other items? Oh, you're dissatisfied with your purchases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm dissatisfied.
Yeah. You walk into the blacksmith, and
I'm here for this.
Yeah. Nomad is there because Nomad is there, but also Red River is there. And she says, "Oh, hey, how you doing, little man? I'm glad you survived."
Yeah, could be doing better. I think I was sold some faulty weapons, and I got some other weapons I think you'd be interested in trading in.
Oh.
And I'm also picking up my my custom weapon that you guys said you'd have done by the time I return from the forest.
No problem. Yeah, I'd love to help you, little man. Please roll me. Nope, he wouldn't say this. Can you roll me a D100?
I can indeed. It's gonna be an 87.
Ooh, nice. Okay, stand by. Oh, perfect. Okay. And what are you looking to trade in? Let's deal with that first.
So, this unreactive scimitar.
Yeah.
It's seen my blood more than
Oh
blood
God.
of the enemies. Yeah, I think it's just not balanced properly for my hands.
Sure.
So, hoping to get rid of that.
Well,
sure.
it's made for adult hands, and it looks like from here that you have child hands. I'm looking in my ledger, and it says you paid 30 gold pieces. I think it's a fair exchange. There's a 7-day return policy for that particular weapon. I think I can hand that back to you if you'd like.
Okay, I like that. Yeah. Also, if you don't notice, I have a new quarterstaff.
I did
So the
see.
other-
Very nice.
Yeah. The other quarterstaff, though, I think the value went up due to
Inflation?
the things it's seen and what it did in the forest. Can't
Okay.
really say specifics. Got a contract signed, so I can't really do that too much.
So,
But,
just to be clear, you're saying this used weapon is more valuable than when it was new?
Yep.
Well, let me check my handbook. Yep, flipping through here. It says that's the opposite of what happens.
What if I give you a another just plain quarterstaff? How does that change?
Yeah, that changes things very little, but I'm happy to take that off your hands.
All right, yeah, whatever you can do for those 3 items. I'm hoping to just put it towards the payment of the stinger, and also whatever discount for heroes you want to apply, you could send it. And I also, honestly, you could just charge it to the palace. Pretty sure they
charge it to the game.
For it.
I would need some documentation from the magistrate. In the meantime, I could give you 150 gold pieces in store credit, and I think you'll be pleased with what we've put together here. And
yeah, we can bring it up.
Yeah, she walks away and comes back, and the stinger it was like a foot in diameter. It was enormous. It has been shaved down on its sides significantly, and like a metal shell has been put around it everywhere except the stinger, and it's attached to a chain, and she steps into an empty space here and spins it around and flicks her wrist and sticks it into the wall about 10 feet away from her.
I like that.
And pulls it back to her, and she says, "Yeah, this bad boy's got a little stank on it now. This took some pretty strong custom work. Since you're a hero and all, and I've put my insignia, my blacksmith insignia, here at the bottom, and of course you'll tell anyone who is in awe of this weapon that I made it here on Brescian. But
yeah, I could go start swinging around the quad once I get my hands on it, so don't worry.
Please don't. Just to be clear, you're not going to kill any innocent people with this, right?
No.
Okay, that's great, because I would feel very bad about that.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, so it would be $500, but with your credit, 350 gold pieces, not dollars, of course. We've not invented paper currency yet.
And the discount for the.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. That was including the discounts.
Oh, okay. Red River, did you say you came with me on this one?
Yeah. I wanted to see how the return process would go.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask him for 55 gold pieces.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the money that we earned, we all earned together. So yeah, it's as much mine as it is yours, as it is everybody else's. So yeah.
Yeah, no, just 55 would do. I had some saved up from previous things.
Do it up, man. Well deserved, sir. Well deserved.
You make that exchange. I've not named it yet because I forgot. We looked it up once because I think Angus was looking at a similar weapon. It's like the weapon the girl in Kill Bill has, but I don't remember the name. I'm gonna call it. I'll put it in your inventory this week.
Yeah. And then
cool chain thing.
Do you know what class that's gonna fall under? Like what weapon class that is?
What does it need to be? Because this is a custom weapon for you.
Like a mace.
So I got proficiencies in battle axe, crossbow, hand, scimitar, short sword, simple weapons, and warhammers. So.
Oh, maybe not. Cool stinger, but maybe you can get proficiency while you're here.
Yeah, that might be nice. Actually, I'm looking now, and I can add a new weapon proficiency. I don't think I did it when we leveled up. So whatever it falls under, I could add that proficiency.
Let me look into that. I'm thinking now, a light weapon for sure.
Okay.
There's some stuff I could do at D&D Beyond where I might just create a weapon class for this and give you proficiency. Let me follow up on that. But yeah, we'll add your proficiency bonus. It also is going to do poison damage, but I'll put it in your inventory.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's cool as shit. I think you'll be pleased. Is there anywhere else anybody wanted to go? Or training that we're still waiting for a few people for any kind of training. What's up?
Drew, did I drop off my antlers to be made into a weapon?
I think you requested that, and they were like, I don't know what you want me to do with this.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was. I was just making sure I'm not missing that.
You're gonna need a very specific person to sort that out for you. This whole time, by the way, Aldar, when you guys have been walking around this village, you've, like, your hand has been wrapped around your longsword with the pommel. Like, you don't even realize it. It's like you've been clenching your jaw, and you only, like, unclench it when you realize it's happening. But you're, like, you've been, like, white gripping that sword. Just to keep in mind for training, I mean, you can also, your character can just chill for the week, like, there's all sorts of options, but I've got Angus Chisora and Red River training sorted, so Amaya, Nomad, and Aldar, any training you guys want to do, definitely think about that. It could be a skill, like, if you look at your skill list, it could be a weapon, but it could be something more esoteric. It could be like, you take a glassblowing class to relax, or you help, like, a shipmaker, you know, try to fix ships in the dock, or you go fishing. Like, yeah, so don't think about it just in terms of, like, number crunch. Like, it could just be, what would your character be interested in doing? They've been in a horrible situation for 7 days. Now they're free to kind of relax a little bit, or do they want to hone their skills?
And I think also, like...
Oh, sorry, you can go ahead, JP.
No, I was going to say, big picture, this might be the first time we go somewhere where there's something for everybody.
Right, yeah.
But there's all the other places, maybe they didn't have anything, or maybe had a specialized little something, or a corner store. So, for us that have been at it for a while, you know, a month or whatever at sea, 2 months at sea, this is a welcome respite.
That's an excellent description, because, like, as you said, Jaber, another place might have a great blacksmith, and that's it. Or a great jeweler, and that's it. This place exists in the Viridian Empire to train, like, apprentices to send them out. So this is, like, this is a unique place for that.
Nice. I had a question. Oh, you can go ahead.
I was just quick. Maya's would like to work on her strength or dexterity, either one.
Interesting.
CrossFit, hell yeah.
Amaya, did something happen where you felt like you weren't physically up to the task?
Well, with all of the adventuring and all of the going-ons that we're constantly doing, it just seems to be more beneficial to increase. That's one of my lacking areas. One of my great deficiencies.
Okay. I like that. There's definitely a fantasy CrossFit gym here.
Drew, I'd like to do ship riding. Yeah, ship riding. Mine.
Nope. Aldar. Yeah, that totally checks out. I feel like it's not a huge bustling dock, but there's plenty of work being done, not just on the Dreadnought that's still docked here, but also just, you know, I feel like a dock would be doing some standard stuff. Maybe there's a journeyman craftsman who, like, fixes ships as needed on this island. That totally works for me.
And Drew,
I was hoping to make contact with the local brewmaster. Do an apprenticeship with him or her.
Yeah, totally. What were we gonna say, MC?
Could you tell me what items I got from Evil Aldar the other day?
Yes.
The breastplate, and then there's some other stuff. I only got the breastplate added.
It's okay, I got you, cud. Don't even trip. Let me just black screen this. I'm learning, or I'm trying to teach myself how to OBS better. I watched a video and everything, so shit's pretty serious now. It only took 50 episodes. Okay, that's gonna blank the screen. Then I'm gonna pull this up, because I just don't want you guys to see my notes. I would be bummed out if you guys saw my notes. Feral Aldar. Silvered Whip.
That's cool. Okay.
Not a... and the Mariner's breastplate. You definitely got that down, right? That's probably the best thing he had.
Yes. Okay, Silvered Whip.
You also got your daughter's doll, or another dimensions doll.
Okay. Just put that in as talking doll, I guess.
A healer's kit and a holy symbol.
There we go. I guess if I press add, it should just be adding these things.
Mm-hmm. Holy symbol, yeah.
Like a SY or a CY?
Oh!
Hilarious.
Oh, fuck, SY. I was like,
I think
what?
some of these are custom items, possibly.
They might be. They might be.
That one, yeah, that one does not. Oh yeah, legendary gear or just regular gear?
Regular gear. Now
Okay.
I gotta go through and check your inventory later to make sure you didn't give yourself a fucking god-killing
I might
spear.
have given myself one legendary thing. I didn't look at it.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what that means.
Healer's kit and holy symbol. And what was the other thing? The Mariners. You definitely have the Mariners breastplate, right?
Yes, that was the first thing I added. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Are there any other shops or anything you guys want to visit?
Yeah. For me, I have the Cloak of Protection and the 2 daggers that I picked up off my guy. Are my daggers unique at all, or are they just like plain old daggers?
They're cool as hell.
Oh, they're just cool.
They're just really cool. They're
not like +1 or anything. They're just normal daggers.
I was very careful not to give you guys
Super beef something.
Like, I wanted it to be rewarding, but not like breaking
Breaking the game.
Yeah. Sorry, I hate for you guys
Angus,
to
if you
see
want-
behind the kimono, but yeah.
If you want me to pimp your ride, aka your daggers, let me know, and I'll bedazzle them. But yeah, that's all I can do with that.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
you
just,
can make them look cool.
I'm gonna. Can I sell them to the the shop?
Hell yeah.
Can I sell the daggers for some gold, and then is there a way for me to like attune to this cloak, or does that just like take time?
I think an attunement for that cloak is just like you have to wear it for like by the end of this week you'll be attuned to it.
Okay. Makes sense.
Actually, I'm not sure that cloak requires attunement. I'm not very good at this, guys.
We're all learning.
As it does.
Oh, okay. Then of course it does, guys. Obviously, I would know that.
You were just trying to see if we were
I was
paying
just
attention.
just fucking with you guys. And can I say something? I think you guys should pay more attention. You know, I think that's important.
Be honest. To be honest, you're right.
I'll do better.
Can I say something? Thank you. You are able to sell them. I have attuned you. You are able to sell the daggers for 2 gold pieces each. If that's money you need in your pocket, you can totally have it.
Yeah, I mean, I already have a +1 dagger and some nunchucks.
Yeah,
short
that
swords,
shit's for the birds. You don't need that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need some gold though.
Need that gold. Always need that gold though. Shit. If everyone is good, and you can always say, "Hey, Drew, I forgot. Let's go wherever the fuck." Tragically, there's not a fantasy Costco here, but you all do receive a courier at the last shop that you come out of as a group, inviting you to the Magistrate's Manor this evening.
Sweet.
I think the only thing we've not done is checked in with actual Doblis.
Yeah.
And you guys would probably want to get eyes on your ship. It's just, it's been a while.
Yep.
You guys make your way down to the dock, and your ship is there and not gone. It has been taken care of. Like, it looks like maybe the soldiers, while you were away, like maybe some of the soldiers got bored and they kind of respected what you were doing, so they scraped the bottom a little bit. You don't have any, like, oysters clinging on or anything. But you enter your ship. It feels good to feel that, like, ebb and flow of the tides pushing up and down. It's become kind of your home. And inside is Doblis. And he is working in the hull of the ship.
Dobulus.
Oh, look. Any progress on your scientific research, sir?
He does not look up, but he says, yes, I speak like Morden Solus. I will talk like this. I was able to complete your vest for diving. He finishes like pruning something he's working on, like a little plant, and then he stands up without looking up at you guys and hands you like a silly looking and kind of very small like diver's suit. The top is still like a helmet, and there's still a tube coming off the top, but now he has completed the rest of it. It is made out of, he explains, it is made out of the Sahagin skin that you were able to procure for me. It was quite smelly, and I was able to scrub significant portions of the smell. But this should be effective for underwater exploration for our dryer associates. And it is essentially like a scale mail armor that will have resistance against piercing. Like, think of it as, what's that chainmail that divers use for sharks?
Yeah.
It's like that. Like, it's made to not be pierced. Mm-hmm. And it has, like, a little tube and a diving helmet, and it has a depth for up to 100 feet.
Got it. Excellent.
I'm going to call it Diver's... Sahagin Diver's skin. Mm-hmm. For now.
Yeah. We'll work on your naming skills. But no big deal. It's definitely a skill. About your health, how are you tracking on this? You doing all right?
I am holding. It will continue to progress.
Yeah. Two things. I have on good authority a potential contact at a different island that we may be able to, look for to help you with your situation. I can't get into too much detail, but suffice it to say, there's some hope that maybe somebody's working on some relatively new age treatment there. So that's one thing. The other, you don't have to answer now, but you're a valued member of this crew. You've been with us since we sailed, since our maiden voyage practically, and you've been good to us. Always added value. So, if there's anything you want or need, ask for it. Life is you kind of on a timetable here, sir. So like, if you want to be dropped off somewhere, if you want to visit something, if you want to procure something, think of it, let us know, and if we can make it happen, if it's in our power, I think the crew is amiable to help you achieve that.
He looks up at you for the first time. And he says, I am glad you are alive. I thank you. However, I still have run the numbers. My odds of survival are still significantly higher than any of yours, based on the lives you are currently living. And he puts his head back down and starts working again.
Yeah. Not untrue. Okay. I said, well, that was a good talk. Get back to it, and also, I want to see some progress on, the entity that seems to inhabit our boat, or maybe our boat itself. I don't know if our boat has consciousness or
yes,
something.
I believe her name is Veronica.
Yeah, Veronica, the lady trapped between the planks. Can you, we need to further our knowledge of that significantly. There may be something more to this that we are not leveraging and or using, so make that your focus. If you need materials or supplies, this is the port to get them. We have a good standing in this port, so just pass me the list, and we'll go secure whatever. And just if I say that, some random person from the village, from the town, dropped off a crate of vials. Glass vials.
You guys are on Basically, every time you guys roll up, yeah, like we'll take all your vials, please.
Yeah, and I just motion to like just put it in the hold.
Yeah,
Put it in the
take it down. Yeah, there's actually a
1,000 vials. Yeah.
He's got a whole wall that has the little hole, different size holes for the vials to fit in. Yeah, he just starts slotting them in.
Yeah, next to the Fantasy Brother P touch, please.
That's right. Yeah, they're all labeled, and he says, "I will get to work on that. I do not have a timetable, but I will begin investigating."
Yeah.
Also, I love you. He says under his breath. No, he doesn't say that. Who's ready? Unless we have some more visits, it might be time to... Well, you know what? Let's do one more visit.
Can we figure out how much gold for the daggers?
Oh, two gold each for the daggers. They're not very much.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I feel like I've let you down.
No, that's better than nothing.
Real quick though, that's good to bring that up. What's our gold total? Do we have that somewhere?
Well, we have like a pot.
Yeah.
With the total gold and
we have. So with the 1,500, right? We got 1,500 just recently, right?
Yeah.
So that would bring our total ship gold to 3,160 gold coins.
Yeah.
But that's not.
And I've been keeping track of like my own personal.
Yeah. That should be on your character sheet. I just want to make sure that like, I knew there was a pot. Just someone had that number.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Oh, what's it? Nomad, what did you say it was? Sorry.
3,160. It's on the Google sheet for like all the ship stats. And we also have items that are like worth money, but like we just pure gold. That's how much we have accessible.
Yeah, you guys have other liquid things, but this is your money.
Yeah,
your moolah. For my brain, and where do you keep it? The pot.
I thought it was kept in the cargo of the ship, except for whatever we just got now. Normally, Red River keeps it, quote unquote,
in a treasure chest.
But there's like a chest in the ship.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, we also have like the hidden part of the ship that we had built for like moving things.
Yeah, you have like a secret space that you guys built.
Yeah. I feel like it's dispersed. I don't think we're dumb enough to leave it all in one spot. Unless we are.
You guys go to look at it and it's all gone. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be fucked up. Doblis spent it all on cocaine and hookers. Real quick, before we conclude, we'll do the magistrate's visit when we start next time. So I guess we're not quite done with Betchen, but we are done with the Dark Forest for now. Do we want to do our training rolls real quick to get that ball rolling? I know it's not a very exciting way.
Sleep? Like, are we ever gonna rest? Is this day ever gonna finish?
This day never ends. You guys can totally take a nap, and you wake up the next day, and it's a beautiful day. The birds are cawing, and the fish are swimming, and you guys get off to go train. You feel great. I need rolls from everyone. Let's start with Angus. We're gonna do high stakes. One roll to represent your training for the week. What do you think we'd need to roll for learning how to use a nunchuck? It could be a skill or one of your attributes.
Sleight of hand.
I feel like that totally checks out. Make me a sleight of hand check, please. High stakes here. Everyone, you have... Whoa! A filthy 20. Outstanding. Everyone, you have your full spell slots and health. Jasora, what would we use to learn longbow?
Dex. Dexterity.
I like it.
Is the longbow bigger than a short bow?
Yes, it is. It's pretty tall.
It's the ones that elves use in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That helps. They're very tall.
Say it, Swiffer. You've never seen it.
I've seen Lord of the Rings.
Thank the maker.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do a dexterity.
Okay, go ahead and roll those bones.
I usually don't do well on these. 10. Please.
I'm not going to give you the results tonight. I'm going to keep you in suspense.
Damn it.
You're imagine. Actually, let's talk about it. Angus, you meet Pythagoras, who is a shirtless, very slightly armed, very small guy, and he's got he's got his head fully shaved, and like he kind of teaches the local kids like martial arts. And you come in and he says, "Oh, are you the stealthy one they keep talking about who saved the forest?"
I am the stealthy one.
You say from behind him. He goes, "What? What? My God! I will now teach you the secret ways of the nunchuck. I assume that is why you are here."
That is right. I need a master.
You guys montage. And, like, you're flipping it around, you hit yourself in the balls the first day, like, it's very funny, it's very PG-13, like, silly music in the background. But then you start hitting the wooden, like, dummy over and over. Your hands blister. You catch it like Jet Li. You do that one move where you hit something and then throw it up in the air, punch them, and then catch it and hit them with the nunchucks again. And the master is just in the background of the montage shaking, like, nodding his head. A tear forms in his eye as you become proficient with the nunchuck. Jasora, this longbow thing, do you find a master? Or do you, like, wander out into the woods with your longbow to try and, like, get a sense for it?
Wanted to see if someone would help me learn.
You go around town begging someone to show you how to shoot a longbow.
I've used a short bow. But I found this one, it was cooler. I really wanted to know. Proficient with simple weapons.
There's
with Marshall.
You explain this to a hunter who nods silently. She's a mute, but she does gesture for you to follow her. And you guys go out into the woods, not far, and she starts hunting game quickly with her longbow. She makes it look effortless. And you follow behind her. She stops and points at a tree about 100 feet away. And you know that's way too far to hit with your short bow. But with your longbow, she gestures for you to give it a try. You knock the arrow, and you shoot, and you miss. You shoot, and you miss again. And then eventually, through tears and rage and frustration, it thunks. I need you to start a pie. It's only a 2-piece pie, and you're going to fill out 1 piece. Red River, I know I mentioned, I don't like putting words in you guys' mouths. There'd be an expedition, but there's other ways you could try and learn about nature. How would Red River go about that?
Red River, I think he knows he's not very, like, he's not completely ignorant about nature.
Mm-hmm. Ignorant?
But he doesn't really know how much he does know or doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So he's hoping he can find somebody that'll help him that has patience. Does that make sense? Because he, admittedly, Red River, I'm not to be tropey, but he's not necessarily the most studious of fellas.
Sure.
When it comes to like hitting the books hard, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't lean too hard. He's more practical.
Yeah.
He's learned by doing kind of guy. So he wants to get somebody with some patience that'll take him under his wing and maybe show him, things in nature, how to identify things. And
the same alchemist who worked with Jasora is like, you see them leaving the alchemist shop, and he gestures to you, and he says, I'm very excited to learn more about this forest now that we can do it maybe without dying, but I could still use some protection. I don't know how busy you are this week, but I'd be happy to show you what I know about some interesting flora and fauna if you make sure none of it eats me.
Yeah. I'll protect you. Yeah. I need to enhance my knowledge of El Natural. So yeah, that would be great, man.
Make me a nature check. This is for all the burritos. Sorry, that was offensive. You know what, Terry? Keep it in. It's fine. Oh my God,
Well,
Red River.
I know. This is what I have to deal with today.
You know what? We gotta. The role's gotta have consequence. Yeah, he starts to like. Every day you're going out there with them, like scanning the horizon. There's very little activity as animals slowly start to like emerge back from this once dangerous space. And he starts droning on and on about the different like bark on the trees and like the sap they produce and like why the grass is growing the way it is, and you like cannot focus on what he's saying at all. It might be his boring voice, it might be his stupid face, but for whatever reason, you could not give a flying fuck what this guy is talking about.
Yeah. It's Charlie Brown.
Yeah, he's wah wah wah, and you're like, that's great. You realize that maybe the teacher guy is not as great as you hoped, and maybe you just weren't in the right headspace to be a student.
Yeah.
But it happens, and then with a 1, you kill him. No, Amaya, what are you? Who are you seeking out? You going to Fantasy CrossFit, or taking a real life nap? Oh, okay, it's a fun joke.
I'm gonna work on my dexterity.
Oh hell yeah! I'm trying to think who you would seek out for this, and how it could also be funny.
Is there a circus in town?
There are some acrobat. What do they call? There's a contortionist, that is trying to teach other contortionists because entertainment's important in the Viridian Empire, and they have their version of a USO, and they have a contortionist that work with there's no circus unfortunately, but there is a weird contortionist lady who walks up to you bent into a pretzel, and says, you like pretzels, old lady?
I don't know if I've ever had a fantasy pretzel, but, I wouldn't mind learning to be more flexible.
It's important in your advanced age to stretch every day. I'd be happy to show you the ropes.
Okay.
She hands you a rope with her foot, and because it's a fun joke she was doing, because she was showing you the ropes. She laughs.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, you're not here for... Oh, okay, yeah. You know what, just in real life, just a quick peek into my psyche, the worst thing someone could say after I look them in the eye and tell them a funny joke is, that's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah. Hey, Drew, that's funny. So, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw as you try to twist yourself in knots, both emotionally and physically.
Okay. Yeah, another nat.
Whoa! Sarah with the nat 20! Sarah, I was going to make this a very difficult roll and make you fill out some pie, because increasing an attribute is no small thing. However, you and this woman, what's her name, Sarah?
Susan.
You and Susan, contortionist Susan, like, connect on a deep spiritual level, like halfway through the second day. And you, by the end of the week, you are like doing like back springs. Like, you're a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader by the end of this, and 50-year-old Amaya is flying around the room like a whirling dervish. And yeah, we will, with a natural 20. I don't want anyone to think this could happen normally. Like, I'm not even sure I should allow it this time, but I gotta do what I said I would do. You add 1 dexterity over the course of the week, with sheer grit, effort, and the connection of the human merfolk spirit.
Cool.
Moving right along, Aldar, you find the smelliest looking dwarf man, waist high in the mud, at the docks. He is currently fixing the bottom of another ship.
Hello, mate. You need help?
He grunts at you. Do you speak Dwarven?
No.
Okay, he grunts at you.
I'll just start helping him.
You do. And, like, he kind of shifts out of the way slightly. And make me a shipwriting check.
Shipwriting. That was a 2.
The montage begins. You're slipping and sliding in this, and for some reason, you whip out, like, he's got a little toolbox, and you grab a nail and a hammer and just start nailing random planks. And he puts his hand out between the nail and the hammer, and you hit it. And he looks at you and says, I actually do speak common. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Sorry, mate.
How about you go over there? He points at the shore, and you can watch me, okay?
Okay, sounds fair.
Okay, right over there. You go over there, and he goes, actually, a little bit further. Just take a few steps back, please.
Is this far enough?
No, sorry, if I can still hear you, it's not far enough.
I think fantasy Australians aren't meant for shipwriting. It wasn't really my cup of tea either.
Jasora whispers that in your ear, as unfortunately you are not able to advance your shipwriting skills. Nomad, you reach a brewmaster, and her name is Hilda Matilda. She works this Viridian Empire. She turns Viridian Empire beets into Viridian Empire beet sauce. And you left the call. It doesn't have to be beets. It can be whatever you want. He's gone.
I think it has to be technological differences right now.
He's been in and out, so he's been having some trouble.
Oh, he might have some connection.
Maybe it's like mic is not working or something.
Oh.
He like completely has gone out and come back. I don't know.
That's okay. We can pick that up. Just one more scene. Amaya, in your pretzel days, you step out of the dojo, where I assume they learn how to fold pretzels, and the 3 white hooded figures are standing in your path.
I try to walk around them.
They close the gap, and one of them puts an arm out towards you in like a stop motion.
I stop.
Are you Amaya, the one who made a deal with us?
Why are you asking?
Our associate let us know that you took our money and did not deliver the carpenter boy.
I don't know if I said I would deliver him, but he didn't want to go.
Where's the boy now?
Safe.
They look at each other for a moment, and they say, we're going to need our gold back.
How much?
With interest. 1,000 gold pieces.
I'll see what I can do.
Meet us behind... What's the sketchiest building in this place? Meet us behind the Brewmaster's Hollow at midnight.
Brewmaster's Hollow, okay. When?
At midnight.
Alright.
Because that's the spooky... You know what? 1:30. They changed their mind. Midnight's too on the nose. 1:30, please.
It's very oddly specific.
I hate to be Amaya-centric. Amaya, when would you be walking past? Is there any reason Amaya would walk near the forest? Again?
No.
You feel an odd pull to do so.
Okay.
Let's say it's like the next day, and you take. No, it's not the next day because that midnight thing cool has to happen. It's the next hour. You're thinking about how you're gonna tell your captain like what's going on and the whole situation, and as you're walking past the woods, there's no like soldiers posted out there now. Like they've all been dispatched into the woods to like map it out. You see some eyes looking back at you.
Eyes from the tree?
Yes.
I walk up to it and I say hello to the tree.
Follow me.
Okay.
It like slowly takes steps. Like its roots are kind of like shifting beneath it.
Like the Lord of the Rings trees?
Not as large as an Ent from Lord of the Rings, but like it's still pretty large.
Okay.
And after like several minutes, it does not speak to you while this happens. It probably takes it 20 minutes. And you find yourself in a glade surrounded by like 5 such trees. And they turn to face you as this one tree that led you there gestures for you to step forward.
Gestured what? I'm sorry?
I think I cut out. Gestures for you to step forward.
I do so.
One of the trees begins to speak to you, and it sounds different and like deeper. You intuit that it's older than the other trees. And it says, I am the guardian of this place. Your bravery has freed us. I know it may have come at a great cost. We would like to thank you in our own way. Will you accept our gift?
I would feel rude if I said no, so what kind of gift?
The tree, speaking, reaches inside of itself, like in one of the like holes. What's a tree hole called? It's a hole in a tree. You know, tree hole.
Yeah.
And it like produces a like very small, probably chestnut-sized seed with a single sprout with 2 leaves on it, and hands it to you and like gestures it out to you.
I put out both my hands.
It gently drops it into your hands and says, plant this for protection. This is a guardian seedling. It will defend the place of its birth at all costs. And
is it going to be like one of you guys? Is there any instruction care?
There, if you'll see attached to the back, it needs moderate sunlight during the seasonal autumnal months. No, it doesn't have that. They all like
this one PDF.
Yeah, they all like shake their leaves, and at first it's kind of scary, but you realize like you intuit just by their like your sense of standing in front of them is that this is like a gesture of thanks. And they say, you may only plant it once, and the guardian will protect that place. Thank you.
So I couldn't plant it on my ship.
You, there's like a little pause, and they're like, no.
Okay.
Don't plant it there. Do you know a lot about seeds? Maybe talk to someone? This is a pretty
I know,
big
but
deal. Like, I
thank
produce
you.
one of these every, like, 3 decades, so...
I'll take good care of it.
Okay. Okay, his name is Carlos. Nope, you don't have to stick with that. But, farewell. And they all, like, start walking their separate ways. And, that's where we're gonna end it, guys. Great work.
I dig it.
Next week we'll handle whatever wedding situation. You'll have a meeting with the magistrate. And we'll take care of some biz. Things go well. Might be who knows? You might be sailing again. Wouldn't that be something?
That'd be
In a
crazy.
minute.
The first time in probably 3 calendar months or something. But thank you guys for making it work. Sarah, I appreciate you being here.
Thanks for being so late.
I hate to have erupted your dreams, but like Dungeons and Dragons should be your first, second, and third priority before your family. So please keep that in mind. So this is a reprimand. No, I really do appreciate all of you being here. It's been a tough week in the world. Well, tough while in the world, but this is a great reprieve for me. An oasis in a desert of stink sometimes. Swiffer, do you want to name the episode before we go? Here it comes. She's been thinking about the whole episode. She's got the juice.
Yep.
Death of a flower.
What is it?
Death of a flower.
Oh, that's beautiful. Can I put Death of a Flower, parentheses, by Amaya?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I
via absolute murder in the most grotesque manner that is possible. This one actually might not get flagged for bad content. I don't think we said anything like shit or fuck. Damn it. Terry!
Hey,
Shit.
scratch that.
Got it.
Shit balls. No, but great job, guys. We will, Nomad, I know you sent a message, I haven't read it yet. We'll pick up on your Brewmaster training. We won't skip it. I think you might be having technical difficulties. But I think that's all she wrote, guys. Excellent work.
Let's do it.
Let's do it again soon.
Jeez.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it to it.
GG's easy. 50 down, 50 to go.
That's it.
Later, Gators.
Latest.
Later, guys.